Shirley Temple, the Princess of Fox. Yeah, boy, we're going to have a wonderful day today here on AMC. You're going to see a lot of Shirley Temple movies, and while they have that same wonderful quality running through each one, each is also separate, a separate story and a separate wonderful cast. This one is called Bright Eyes. I really love this one. This was 1934, the year Shirley Temple really kind of began to hit big. Big for a little girl. She was just 6 years old. A show business veteran, she had already appeared in, she was in her first movie at the age of 3, and now she was on her way to becoming Hollywood's #1 box office attraction. Can you imagine for a 6-year-old? It all happened so quickly that at first her parents didn't realize just how popular their little girl had become. They took Shirley on vacation to Hawaii. They were shocked. On their arrival at Honolulu, they looked out the window. They saw this huge crowd at the arrival gate. 100,000 of the island's school children had come down to greet Shirley. Somebody found out about the trip, the vacation she was taking, and the kids were given the day off from school. Now that's star power. Now you're going to be looking for a great job in this film by little Jane Withers as the brat, and you're going to listen for surely the most famous of Shirley Temple songs. On the good ship Lollipop, which incidentally is an airplane, not a seagoing vessel. Here we go, Shirley in Bright Eyes.
Off at 9:10.
All clear, George. Watch for the light. Glendale calling NC 95W. Go ahead. NC 95W answering Glendale. I'll be in about 5 minutes. How'd you make out, Luke? Did you get your passenger there on time?
I got him there just in time to see his wife. Have you seen Shirley around anywhere?
No, not yet. But she'll be here. She always is when you come in.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the airport.
Jump in. I'll give you a lift.
Thanks, mister, but I'll have to get a faster car. I'm in a hurry.
You're the most particular hitchhiker I ever saw.
Well, thanks anyway.
Hello, Shirley. Going to the airport?
Yes, thank you.
Come on. Hop in.
There they go.
I bet you wish you were up there with him.
I will be someday.
Contact.
Contact.
Come on.
Contact.
Hiya, Luke. Hiya, Bill. Check the oil when you gas it. Yowza. Come on, honey. Up you come. Yeah.
Hello, Shirley.
Oh, Shirley.
Hi, Luke.
Hiya.
Hello, honey.
Hello, Dad.
How was it, Luke?
A little bumpy over the hills. Are you off again?
Sure. I'll be eating my Christmas dinner in New York tomorrow. Well, Merry Christmas, Shirley.
Merry Christmas and lots of tailwind.
Thanks.
So long. You wait here, honey. I'll be right back. Hiya, Tony.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, fellas. How you doing, boy?
Tony,
Yes, Missy.
you didn't dust my daddy's picture.
Here, Missy.
You giving your daddy a clean face?
Yes, don't you think he needs it?
I think you do, too. Here, wet. There you are, young lady. Come on.
My daddy could slide better than anybody in the world, couldn't he?
That's right. Better than anybody in the whole world. You know, your daddy and I were pals ever since we were about as big as you are. He was my best friend. That's why I'm your godfather.
And then one day he cracked up and went away to heaven, didn't he?
That's right.
I'll bet when I'm a flyer, I won't crack up.
When you're ready to be a flyer, we're going to buy you a great big non-crackable ship. Say, that reminds me. I found an old scrapbook the other day with some pictures of your daddy and me in it. Would you like to see it?
Oh, yes.
I'll get it.
Hi, Harry. Grab some of these, will you? Sure. Hello, honey.
Hello.
Hello, little boy.
I'm not a little boy, I'm a little girl.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, I just didn't want to take any chances. That's mistletoe. And when you hold it over anybody's head, you can kiss them.
Beat it, you chiseler.
Okay, kid.
Move over. There's your daddy on the day he broke the transcontinental record. And there's your daddy and me when we first got our wings. You can skip that. Now, wait a minute. There ought to be another one in here someplace.
Who's that?
Girl I used to know.
She's a pretty lady.
I used to think so. But it's not enough to be pretty here. You've got to be pretty in here, too.
How can you be pretty in there?
By thinking the right thoughts and doing the right things. And eating plenty of spinach. Say, we better call up your mother before she starts to worry about you.
She won't worry, as long as I'm with you.
Flitridge, 4230.
Good heavens, will no one answer the phone? Hello?
May I please speak to Mrs. Blake?
Mary? Mary? Yes, ma'am? The telephone for you. Thank you. Hello?
This is Luke. I just wanted you to know that Shirley's with me.
Hello, Mother.
I'll have one of the boys drive her home later.
All right, Luke. Thanks.
Mary,
Yes, ma'am? I don't approve of all these telephone calls, Mary. I'm sorry. And I don't approve of all these aviators who keep coming here to see your little girl. She's sort of a pet with them. They all knew her father. I know that, but I really can't have it. You know it isn't everyone who'd engage a maid with a small child. I have no fault to find with your work, but if you want to stay on with us, you'll have to correct these things.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Very well.
I told you when you engaged her that it wouldn't work out.
Well, she was so pathetic about wanting a nice home for her little girl that I let my sympathy get the better of my judgment. I'll let her go right after the holidays.
Fine.
Through with the upstairs already? Yeah. What's wrong, dearie?
Mrs. Smythe doesn't want me to have any more telephone calls.
Oh, she don't. Well, no, ain't that too bad. Her and her highfalutin ways and him that finicky. They both give me a pain.
Tut, Elizabeth. I shall not stand here and listen to you defame our employers.
What?
Besides, I have to go down to the post office.
Don't forget to pick up those things.
What things, my love?
Don't you remember the things I told you to get? Oh, you fool, you. The sewing kit I told you to get for Shirley.
Oh, right.
I wanted it to be a surprise. I guess it won't matter if you know. Just a bit of a Christmas gift. You're awfully kind.
I go.
I bought a few things for her. Not very much, of course. It was different when her father was alive.
Oh, yes, the poor young fella. Well, it must be a comfort to know you're doing the best you can for the little one. Ah, she's a sweet child. Not like that young one of theirs. There's a brat if ever one lived.
Now, darling, don't get yourself all excited.
Oh, darling, you must practice your piano lesson. Then you won't have to practice again until after Santa Claus has been here.
There ain't any Santa Claus.
Don't say ain't, darling. Say isn't.
Ain't.
What's all this noise about?
Mother wants me to practice, and I don't wanna.
Well, you must do as Mama says, dear.
Well, I ain't gonna.
Now, look here, young woman.
Wellington, remember what the psychoanalyst said. The child mind must never be coerced. One must use persuasion and reason. Now, darling, practice your lesson, and Mama will buy you something nice.
What?
Anything you like.
Anything?
Yes, dear. What would you especially like?
A machine gun.
That's a good girl.
One, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one. One, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one.
Hey! Is anybody down in this confounded house?
One, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one.
Hey! Somebody! Anybody come and help me downstairs? Hey!
Three, one, two, three, one, two,
So you think you're going to make me stay up here today, do you?
three, one,
Well, I'll show you.
three, one, two, three, one, two.
Oh! Doggone it,
Why, Uncle Ned. Why didn't you call us?
Call you? Oh, I yelled and I shouted and bellowed. A fat lot of good it did me. No one pays any attention to me. No one cares what happens to me. All you do is think of yourselves.
Oh, Uncle Ned, you know that isn't so.
Mary,
Yes, Mrs. Smythe.
my name is Smith. His name is Smythe.
Yes, Mr. Smith.
Didn't you hear me hollering a little while ago?
No, sir, I didn't.
These folks around here better get their ears fixed.
That's all, Mary.
One and two and three and. 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 One and two.
Stop it! 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Is that all you know?
Mama!
Mama! It's a good thing I'm not your mama. Why, it's enough to drive a man crazy. Things better be a little different around here. You're going to see the last of me. And another thing. You stop telling people I made my money in sanitary engineering. It was sewers. Sewers. And don't you forget it.
Sure. Talk about it. Get to it.
How much longer must I stand this?
Now, dear, be calm.
That horrid man, he's just impossible.
Yes, I know he's trying, but after all, we can afford to be patient. It will pay us in the end.
Any money he leaves us, we'll have earned.
Yes, that's true. But with my business in such condition, we'd better keep on humoring him.
And, Mama, every time he sees me, he makes a face at me.
Never mind, darling.
Well, I must be getting down to the office. Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, darling.
Never you mind, darling. Don't you let it worry you.
Sit up. Sit up.
Miss Blake's car is ready, sir.
Very good, Meadows. The royal chariot awaits, madame. Come on.
Bye, Ray.
There you go. I'll see you. Hi, Annie.
Hello, Harry.
Hello, Shirley. Hi, Sarah. Hi, honey. Hello, honey. Hello there.
Mr. Hagan,
Yes, madam.
see that? That's mistletoe.
Thank you, madam.
Mother,
Yes, darling?
may I help you with the dishes?
No, honey, but I tell you what you can do. Just take this down to the incinerator and leave it there.
All right.
Higgins, what's that on your face?
My face, madam?
Yes.
It appears to be chocolate, madam.
Look out for the police car! Here comes the police car! Everybody get out of the way! Everybody get out of the way! Bang, 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 bang! Well, you poor little thing. You must have cracked up. You should be in the hospital. Hey, that's my dog. Well, I just found her here. You can't have it. You bad old thing. You ran away from home and I'm gonna spank you. If you give her to me, I'll take care of her. I'll wash her face and make her some clothes and everything. You can't have her. You want to know why? Because I'm going to kill her. Happy, happy, happy days. Happy days. Happy days. Happy days. Happy days. Happy days. Happy. Hey, what are you going to get for Christmas? I'm going to get a doll's house with real furniture and a little piano and a tennis racket and a great big doll. I asked Santa Claus to bring me a doll. Santa Claus? Pooh, there ain't any Santa Claus. There is too. There is not, because my psychoanalyst told me there ain't any Santa Claus, there ain't any fairies or giants or anything like that. I'll bet you'd feel bad if you woke up tomorrow morning and you didn't have any presents. Well, I won't. You want to know why? Because I already peeked in the closet and saw him. I don't care what you saw. There is a Santa Claus. There ain't. Mr. Smith, there is a Santa Claus, isn't there?
What did she say?
She says there isn't.
Then there is.
You think you're smart, don't you? Well, I'll show you.
You'll what? You... Ah! Get out of here! of here. Go on, get out of here. Shirley! Shirley! Where are you?
Here I am.
Oh, well, my goodness. We got rid of her, all right.
Thanks, Mr. Smith.
Oh, that's all right.
I like you.
You're the only one around here that does. They don't like me. And listen, I don't like them either.
I've made the arrangements and everything's all set for tomorrow.
It's wonderful of you and the boys to give Shirley her Christmas party.
We're getting a big kick out of it ourselves.
She'll be so surprised. She doesn't expect much, you know.
Now, you get her down to the airport as early in the morning as you can.
I may not be able to come with her, but I'll be down just as soon as I can get away.
That'll be fine.
Hello, Mr. Merritt. Merry Christmas.
The same to you.
I'm just out to make myself a cup of tea. Will you have one?
Sure.
Ah, fine.
Hello, Luke.
Hi, honey. All ready for Christmas?
I've been ready for a long time.
Hello, Luke. Hiya, Thomas.
All ready. Come on. Yes, dear, I think Friday will be all right.
Well, that will be fine. Very well. We'll make it definite then. Thank you so much for inviting us. Goodbye, dear.
This is good cake.
It ought to be. I whipped it up myself.
How are you, Mr. Merritt? The compliments of the season to you.
Same to you, Mr. Higgins.
The cup that cheers, but not inebriate. Wow, that's hot.
Higgins,
Yes, madam.
my cousin's arriving from New York tomorrow, and I want you to be sure that everything is done just right.
Yes, madam.
Thomas, you will meet the transcontinental plane in the morning.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very anxious to show her that we can do things exactly as well out here as they do in the East.
Yes, madam.
I want perfect meals and perfect service. Is that understood?
Yes, madam.
And Mary,
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you'll remember what I told you this morning about visitors.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't want to have to remind you again.
Remember that, Mrs. Higgins. Anything else than perfection, and off goes your head.
My head, indeed. You better look after your own.
How can you stand working for people like that?
Oh, I don't mind. Could be worse.
Well, I guess you know your own business best.
No, we'll have a little pepper.
Goodbye, Mrs. Higgins. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, Luke.
Hello, dear.
Mother, I have dressed myself and put my clothes away, all folded and everything.
Well, your mother's precious little angel, that's what you are.
Oh, I'm not, because angels have wings, like these.
Those are your daddy's wings.
I know. And he's really an angel, isn't he?
Yes, darling. Now then, are you all ready to hang up your stocking?
Mother,
Yes, dear.
you know, I was thinking today about hanging up my stocking,
Yes.
and I thought maybe if Santa Claus brought me a great big present, of course he mightn't. Then if he did,
Yes, if he did.
well, you know, my stockings are awful little.
I know. And you want Mother to lend you one of hers.
Oh, no. I already borrowed one of Mrs. Higgins.
Oh, you did?
See, it's a real good big one.
Santa Claus would get most anything in that. Shall we hang it here?
Will it hold everything without falling down?
I think it will. Now, you say your prayer, then Mother will tuck you in. You close your eyes and go to sleep, and then...
And then it'll be Christmas.
That's right. There you are.
Dear Lord, please bless my mother and me and Luke and all of the aviators, and Mr. and Mrs. Higgins, and Mr. and Mrs. Smythe, and Mr. Smith. Do I have to ask him to bless Joy too?
Yes, dear.
Bless Joy too, and make her a good girl. Mother,
What, dear?
on account of this is Christmas Eve, do you think it'll be all right if I have something special?
I'm sure it will.
Dear Lord, please see my daddy and wish him a Merry Christmas from my mother and me, and tell him we love him forever and ever. Amen. Mother, do you think he will?
I think on this night of all nights, God will listen to the prayer of a little child.
Don't cry, Mother.
I get lonesome for him sometimes, darling.
Don't be lonesome, Mother. You have me.
Yes, my own sweet baby.
And we're together, and tomorrow's Christmas, and everything.
And it'll be a Merry Christmas, won't it? The merriest we've ever had.
The very, very merriest.
All right. Steady by. In you go. 1, 2, 3. There you are. Nice and comfy.
Tell me again about the first Christmas.
All right. A long, long time ago, 3 travelers came to an inn.
And they needed food and shelter.
Yes. But there was no room for them in the inn. And the only place they could find to sleep was in the stable.
In the straw with the cows.
And there was born that night a little baby boy. Isn't it beautiful, dear? Merry Christmas, Uncle Ned.
Oh.
Oh, look, darling. Look, darling, isn't she nice?
I don't want any old doll. I wanted a wheelchair like his.
Little girls don't have wheelchairs, but you have lots of other nice things to play with.
I don't want anything else. I want a wheelchair. Christmas, Higgins. Look what Santa Claus brought me.
Oh, my. Isn't she pretty? What's her name?
Her name is Mary Lou, and Santa Claus brought me a little man that dances when you wind him up, and a bow, and some candy, and a sewing kit with real scissors and a needle and everything.
Santa Claus was certainly good to you.
He certainly was. I got every single thing I asked him for. I'm pretty lucky, all right.
All right, honey. The boy's outside waiting for you. Now you run along and see Luke. And Mother will be down just as soon as she can. Run along, dear. Are you going to take Mary Lou to the airport with you?
You think maybe she's too young?
Perhaps you better leave her here.
All right. You take good care of her while I'm away.
I certainly will, darling.
Hello, honey.
Hello.
Up you go.
You hurry down, Mother.
All right.
Hello, honey.
Hello, Thomas.
plane flew all the way across this country since yesterday afternoon.
And I made a three-point landing, too.
That's right, honey. Now, you stay here with Thomas. I'll be right back. Take it back inside. Hiya, Paul. We're expecting you at the club, you know.
Well, Loop, I'll be there. Everything all set?
Take it back inside.
Miss Martin?
Yes?
I'm Thomas, the Smythe chauffeur. I was sent to meet you.
Oh, yes. Take care of my bags, will you?
Yes, ma'am. You wait here, dear.
I know who you are.
You do?
Sure. You're the lady who was coming to live at our house.
Well, you're not little Joy, are you?
Oh, no. I'm Shirley.
Oh, I see.
Come on, honey.
Look.
How are you, Miss Martin?
Isn't she the lady whose picture you have in your book?
Yeah. She's one of them. You see that? That's all for you.
For me? Oh, my.
Do you like her?
Oh, my goodness.
You'll have to give her a name, Shirley. What are you going to call her?
Her name is going to be... I know, Lucy.
That's a swell name, honey.
I'll meet you, Loop. You know. Let's go, Jack. Come on. Hurry up, Shirley.
Now, I've got a present for you. This isn't from Santa Claus. This is from me to you. That's a magic ring, see? Just like they have in the fairy tales. Now, if ever you're in trouble, or ever you want me to do anything for you, you send me this ring and I'll come.
It's pretty. Thanks, Luke.
How much do you love me? Is that all?
I wish Mother would hurry so she could see all I got.
She'll be here. We're just beginning.
I do wish that man from the bakery would get here with the cake.
Oh, he's sure to be here in a few minutes.
I don't want to miss any of the party.
No, of course you don't.
Say, where's your little girl?
She's gone to a Christmas party.
Oh, I don't believe in Christmas.
You don't?
No, it's a lot of nonsense.
Well, I don't feel that way about it.
Well, I do. Here. Buy a Christmas present for Shirley from me. Christmas. Oh,
Now, what do you make of that?
He never fooled me. He's only tough on the outside. Inside, he's as soft as mush.
How about it, Luke? Well, I wanted to wait for Mrs. Blake, but I guess we better get going. When she comes, give me the flag so I can stop and take her on. Okay, Luke.
What are we going to do?
Well, I've got it all fixed for you to have your party in the big ship.
Are we going to go up?
No, but we're going to taxi all over the field. Won't that be swell?
Oh, boy.
Come on.
We want Shirley! We want Shirley! We want Shirley!
Have a good time, Shirley.
Okay, Lou.
Turn on the radio, Bill.
If I close my eyes, I can make believe I'm really flying. Now I'm way, way up. Mother was here.
This is the Candyland Hour for all good children. The orchestra will play our theme song.
You know that song, don't you?
Sure I do.
Well, then sing it. Come on. Come on, Shirley, sing it.
I've thrown away my toys, even my drum and tray. I want to make some noise with real life heirloom play. Someday I'm going to fly. I'll be a pilot too. And when I do, how would you like to be my crew? On the good ship, lollipop, it's a sweet trip to a candy shop where bonbons play. On the sunny beach of Peppermint Bay, lemonade stand, everywhere Cracker Jack band, belly air, and there you are, happy landing on a chocolate bar. Eat the sugar bowl, do the Tootsie Roll with the big bad devil fruit cake. If you eat too much, you'll wake with a tummy ache. On the good ship, lollipop, it's a night trip. Into bed you hop and dream away. On the good ship, lollipop. On the good ship, lollipop, it's a sweet trip to a candy shop where bonbons play. On the sunny beach of Peppermint Bay, lemonade stand, everywhere Cracker Jack band, belly air, and there you are, happy landing on a chocolate bar. See the sugar bowl, do the Tootsie Roll with the big fat devil fruit cake. If you eat too much, you'll wake with a tummy ache. On the good ship, lollipop, it's a night trip. Into bed you hop and dream away. On the good ship, lollipop.
You'll awake with a tummy ache.
On the good ship, lollipop.
It's the night trip. Into bed you hop and dream away. On the good ship, lollipop.
Well, you're here at last.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to see it. Here you are.
Thank you, ma'am. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Oh, ain't that pretty? Why, it's far too nice to eat, if you ask me.
Well, I'll save a piece for you anyway.
Oh.
Now I must dance.
Sure. Here, I'll have to.
Thanks.
Well, goodbye now. Goodbye. Bye. Have a good time.
Someone's on the wrong side of the road. Woman. Going to
You live in town here?
Yes. But she ran right in front of me. I didn't even have a chance to put on my brakes.
Why, it's Mary.
You know her?
Yes, she works for the same people I do. Come on, let's take her over the curb. Give me a hand, some of you fellows.
Who was it?
It was Mary, our maid. The mother of the little girl you saw at the airport.
Oh.
age already.
Oh, so you did.
Hey, Luke, look.
Hi, Bill. Hold it a minute.
What's the matter?
I've got bad news for you.
Well, what happened? There's no use breaking it to her right now. I'll tell her later. I can't say thanks, but I want you to know I appreciate you coming down here to tell me.
Wouldn't you let me go alone?
If you don't mind, I'd rather be alone with her.
I understand.
Honey. How much do you love me?
I'll never forget this day. It's the best I've ever had in my whole life.
Goodbye, Shirley. Had a swell time at your party.
Have another one soon, Charlie.
Well, Dan.
Goodbye, Shirley.
Well, Dan.
Goodbye, Shirley.
Bye. Is it all over now, Luke?
No. They have to go back to work, but we're just starting. Now, because today is Christmas, you can do anything that you want to do. What would you like to do best of all?
You know, fly.
That's just what I thought. Hi, Bill. All right, Shirley. We're going for a ride. Just you and I.
You mean way up high?
Yep. Way up high. Come on. That's right. We're going way up. Do you know where we're going?
No.
We're going right up to heaven.
We are?
Mm-hmm. You know, Shirley, heaven's a very nice place. If we're good, we'll all live there someday.
Yes, I know.
My mother and father are there now.
So is my daddy. We're up pretty high now. Are we getting near it?
We're right in it now. It's all around us, every place you look.
It must be an awful big place.
It is, honey.
I've got something to tell you.
A story?
No, not a story. You know, ever since your daddy went to heaven, your mother's been awful lonesome for him.
Yes, I know. Sometimes she cries and everything.
Well, today your mother got so lonesome for your daddy that she went to see him.
All the way up to heaven?
Yep. All the way up to heaven. They're up there together now.
You mean my mother cracked up too?
Yes.
Would you take these off for the little girl?
I think I would.
Oh, what's to become of her now?
I don't suppose the Smythes will do anything for her.
Oh, not them. They're far too selfish.
Elizabeth.
Huh?
No, we couldn't do it.
Oh, how I'd love to have her. She's such a sweet child. But if we took her, we'd have to give up her place here, and it mightn't be so easy getting another one.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, I've checked up. As far as I can find out, there are no relatives.
Now what are we to do?
There's nothing for us to do. It's no concern of ours. We have neither a legal nor a moral responsibility.
I know that. But after all, the woman worked for us. People will naturally expect us to do something.
Maybe one of those aviators would like to adopt her.
Well, if they do, let them go to court. All that we can do is to see that the little girl is placed in an institution where she'll be cared for. I'll speak to Judge Thompson about it.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh, Uncle Ned.
Did I hear you say you were going to put little Bright Eyes in an orphan asylum?
Who?
Shirley. Bright Eyes, I call her. I don't care what you call her.
Well, now, Uncle Ned, you see, Anita and I have talked the matter over, and we've decided that since there are apparently no relatives, and since, of course, it's impossible for us to keep Shirley...
Why is it impossible?
Well, really, Uncle Ned, you could hardly expect us to raise our little Joy with the child of a servant.
Serving my eye. She was just as good as you are. I don't know where you get the idea you're so high and mighty. But your father was a retail butcher. And your father started life as a bricklayer.
Why, really, Uncle Ned, you mustn't get so excited.
Now, well, I will if I want to. Now, listen to me, you two. I want you to understand just one thing. If you ever expect to get anything out of me, you're going to be human enough and decent enough to take Shirley into this house to live. I'll pay for her board and her clothes.
Oh, that wouldn't be necessary, Uncle Ned.
Of course, Uncle Ned. We had no idea you felt this way about the child.
Well, I do. And if you don't want to hear, I guess I can find some other place for her. Oh, yeah. And listen, I can find another place for me, too.
Well, this is going to be perfectly lovely.
Well, you engaged the woman against my advice. I told you not to do it.
Are you blaming me because the woman died and left a child on our hands?
Merely pointing
Well,
out
don't bother pointing anything out.
Uncle Ned.
What do you think?
I think you're an old softy.
Well, would you let them put a child like that in a home?
In my home.
Well, you're not like those two in there. You're more like me. Where's Shirley now?
She's down at the airport with Luke.
Luke? Who's Luke? Oh, he's that aviator fella you were interested in.
Yes.
Well, you go down yourself and bring her back.
I'll go right now.
How was the trip to Ensenada?
Terrific. I didn't have a minute to myself. I'm going to sleep from now on.
Hey, Bob.
That's right.
Come on, we're going to San Francisco right away. Oh, boy.
How'd you like to make a living flying a guy like that?
Don't squawk. He could have said Paris.
What, Loop? I'm gonna beg. We should have had our boots on.
You didn't make a bank. You did a barrel roll. Now, always remember one thing. If you bank too sharply, you're liable to go into a side slip.
That's what I did, all right. I went into a side slip.
Oh,
May I come in?
Hello.
Hello, how are you, dear?
I'm fine, and I'm glad you came to see me. Come on and see Luke.
what can I do for you?
I want to talk to you, privately.
Shirley, run over to the radio room and see if the American Airlines ship is on time.
Well, I was on time when we asked a little while ago.
Well, then, run over to the hangar and find out if they've gassed my ship.
Well, I know they did because I watched them.
Come on, take off, will you, please?
Okay. Ooh.
Well, you might ask me to sit down.
I might.
Why are you so bitter?
You ought to know.
Can't you forget the past?
Sure. I can forget a lot of things. I can forget that you and I were in love, and we were engaged to be married, and that you walked out on me. All that is just as dead as this. But I can't forget that you made a fool of me. A man usually remembers that.
Would it make any difference if I said, I'm sorry?
Not a bit. It's a little too late. You didn't come all the way over here just to tell me that, did you?
No. I came to talk about Shirley.
What about her?
Well, the Smythes want her to come and live with them.
Now, I'll tell one.
I mean, Uncle Ned.
Wait a minute. You mean you and Uncle Ned sold the Smythes the idea? They don't like it any too well, but in order to keep in good with Uncle Ned, they'll do it. Is that right?
You're being very unfair.
Nothing doing. You can't have it.
Don't let your feeling against me interfere with the little girl's future. I know her father was your best friend. I know you love her very dearly. If you do, you must surely see that she can't live here, in a barracks, with a lot of men.
They're pretty good men.
Even so, if there was ever a time when a child needed women around her, it's now.
Oh, I know she can't stay here. But on the other hand, I'm not so sure the Smythes are the right people for her to be with.
But I'm going to take care of her myself.
What about when you go east?
I'll take her with me.
Oh, no, you won't. Anyhow, I'm figuring on getting a house and hiring a woman to take care of Shirley.
But that'll take a little time, won't it?
Oh, I suppose so. I'll tell you what I'll do. You can take her for now, but only with the understanding that when I get a place for her, Shirley comes with me. I love that baby.
I understand how you feel. And Luke, no matter what you think of me, I think you're the finest man I've ever known.
There was a time I thought you were pretty swell, too.
Say, Luke, American Airlines ship is, oh, now I forgot whether it's 4 minutes late or 4 minutes early.
Never mind. Come here. Honey, would you like to go back to the Smythes house and live there?
Do I have to?
For a little while, dear. We think you should.
Are you going to be there?
Yes, I am. And we'll be together every day.
Well, if you're there, it'll be fine. I like you, and I like Mr. Smith, too.
All right. Then it's all set.
Can Luke come and live with us, too?
Oh, no, dear. Just at the moment, I'm afraid that can't be arranged.
Oh, no. Not a chance. Here, Rags. Here, Rags, come on. I'm going to let you take Rags with you, too.
Oh, goody. Good old Ragsy. Thanks, Luke.
Oh, that's all right. I might as well give the dog a break, too.
Don't worry about her. Come see her whenever you like.
Much obliged. So long, sweets.
If you don't like it, dear, remember what I told you about the magic ring. Send it to me and I'll come and get you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Luke. Come on, Ragsy. Do you have much trouble with your little girl? Oh, no. She's very good. She sleeps all the time. Well, I have to spank mine every day and give her castor oil. Now just listen to her. She's crying again. Stop crying. Stop this minute.
They seem to get along all right.
Why, of course, anyone could get along with Joy. But I still think it's a dreadful imposition.
I know, but it won't last forever.
What do you mean?
Well, we can humor Uncle Ned for a while, and then later on I can convince him that the child will be better off somewhere else. Shirley's just one of his whims. He'll get tired of her one of these days.
I hope so.
Well, ladies, taking your children out for an airing?
I'm taking my little girl to the hospital. She's very sick, and I'm afraid she'll have to have an operation.
Huh. Is that so?
Yes, they'll probably have to cut her leg off. Maybe both legs.
And what's wrong with your child?
Nothing. She's fine. The only thing about her is she just won't eat her spinach. Well, we must be going. Come, Shirley. Let's play hospital. I'll be the doctor and you can be the nurse. I'll get a big knife out of the kitchen and we'll operate on your doll. I don't want Mary Lou to be operated on. I don't care. You have to do as I say and play the way I want to. I don't either. Yes, you do. This is my house and my yard, and you're nothing but an old charity. I am not. Yes, you are. Because I heard my papa tell my mama. Let's do something else. Do you want to play a game? What kind of a game? Train wreck. How do you play it? I'll show you. You stand right here and don't move. All right, now don't move. Here comes the train.
Hey, what's the matter with that imp?
She's a very difficult child.
Difficult? Huh. I can think of a better word.
Uncle Ned, I think you should speak to Anita about the way Joy treats Shirley.
Ah, no use talking to her. I got something better up my sleeve.
What?
You'll see. Well, it's your move. You only got one move. Oh, there you You give up?
What was it you wanted?
I don't know whether you know it or not, but I'm Shirley's godfather.
Oh, is that so?
Really?
So naturally, I want to do the best I can for her.
Yes, of course.
When you wanted her to stay here and live with you, I thought it would be a good idea. I knew you'd be nice to her.
It isn't hard to be nice to such a sweet child.
I'm glad you feel that way. Because Shirley means more to me than anybody else in the world. That's why I thought I'd come and ask you,
Yes?
Well, I want to take her to live with me, and I hope you let me have her.
What's that? Hey, what's all this?
Why?
Let me explain, dear.
You're that aviator fella, ain't you?
That's right.
I don't like airplanes.
Well, I don't like wheelchairs.
Well, you stay in the airplane business and you'll wind up in one. What's he doing here?
Well, you see, Uncle Ned, Mr. Merritt thinks it's a good idea for Shirley to live with him.
What? He wants to take Shirley away from here?
Yes.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
How much do you make?
Enough to support myself.
Where do you live?
At the airport.
Where do you eat?
In restaurants.
You've got a lot of nerve, young fella. How can you take care of a child when you haven't even got a home or a wife or even a cook?
Well, maybe I've got something else she needs.
What?
Love, that's what.
Ah, fiddlesticks. We all love her here, don't we?
Yes, Uncle Ned.
Well, you can't have her.
Who says so?
I say so.
I've got more right to her than you have.
Ah, nonsense. You haven't any right at all.
Well, we'll see about that.
Hey, young fella. If you really want to see about it, you see my lawyers.
Lawyers?
Lawyers? That's what I said, lawyers. I'm taking legal steps to adopt Shirley.
Good heavens.
So that's where he went yesterday.
You can't get away with this.
Oh, I can't, eh?
No, I'm going to give you a fight. I'll get lawyers myself. We'll let the court decide.
Is that so? You haven't got money enough to fight me.
I'll get it. I don't care if you got $90 million. You're not going to take Shirley away from me.
Ha! I got the best lawyers in the country.
Lou!
You put one over on me again, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I didn't know a thing about it.
Do you expect me to believe that?
Yes.
Okay.
Luke, from now on, I'm on your side.
Why?
Because if Shirley means so much to you, then you're the one who should have her. For a child, love counts more than anything.
Just for a child, huh?
For anyone.
I'm glad you found that out.
Now, pleasant dreams, dear, and go right to sleep.
I don't want to go to sleep, but I'll try.
That's a good little girl. Good night, Shirley.
Good night, Mrs. Smythe.
And remember, Shirley, I don't want to have to speak to you again about having that awful little dog in your bed. It isn't healthful. And besides, I think the dog has fleas.
Oh, no. He hasn't got fleas. He just scratches that way because he's itchy.
Well, I don't want him here in this bedroom. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Good night, Joy, darling.
Hey! What? Do you want to play burglar? No, I want to go to sleep. Come on, Rex. Ooh, you've got that awful dog in your bed. After Mommy told you not to. I'm going to tell her. Mama, you don't have to yell for your mother, and you don't have to tell her either. You old tattletale. I'll take Rags downstairs. Come on, Rags, good old dog.
Thought about it and thought about it. And I'll be hanged if... Pardon me, dear. If I know what to do.
The minute I heard him say he'd seen his lawyers, I felt a cold chill go down my back.
Why, he may have changed his will. He may have left us out of it entirely.
Oh, it's intolerable.
Yes, you're right, dear. And all because he took a fancy to a 5-year-old orphan.
There has been nothing but trouble ever since that child came into this house.
I wish we'd never seen her. If you'd only taken my...
Now, don't tell me again that it's all my fault for hiring the woman.
All right, dear.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
If we could only find some way of getting rid of the child. Heaven knows she's not wanted here.
Why don't you bribe that aviator fellow to take her out of the state?
Now, that's an idea. But what would Uncle Ned think?
Oh, I don't know. I'm so sick of hearing that child's name I could scream. She's practically disrupted the family.
I know, dear. But we've got to find some way out of it.
Say, what's a three-letter word for fear against mother?
What's the matter, Luke? You low? How can I make some money?
What for?
Well, I gotta hire some lawyers.
Why don't you marry the girl?
Oh, cut out the wisecracks. Will you? I'm serious.
Gee, I don't know, Luke. Flyers never have any money. You know that.
Yeah, I know it.
Wow, what a night.
Heavy weather, huh?
Terrific.
I hear everything's on the ground. Nothing moving.
That's right, 0-0 all along the line. Boy, oh boy.
Hello, everybody.
Shirley! What's happened? Shirley, what are you doing out on a night like this? Why, you're soaking wet. Come on, now, you gotta get those clothes off and dry it out.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Hello, Shirley. Are you all dressed?
Yes,
Did you dry yourself off good?
I did.
Okay. You sure look swell. They fit you fine. Now then, what's the big idea?
I don't want to live with the Smythes anymore, Luke. I want to stay with you.
Well, I want you to stay with me, Shirley. And I'm going to try and fix it so you can.
Oh, goody.
Now then, off you go to sleep and we'll talk everything over tomorrow.
You're not mad at me for coming here, are you, Luke?
Yes, I am very, very mad. Come on.
Oh, he glided through the air with the greatest of ease. This daring young man on his flying trapeze. Why, his movements were graceful, the girls he would please. This daring young man on his flying trapeze. Well, good morning, Anita.
Good morning, Uncle Ned.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, Uncle Ned.
Beautiful morning, isn't it, huh?
Do you, feel all right, Uncle Ned?
My boy, I never felt better in my life.
Tony!
I just sent him out for some breakfast, Luke.
What's the matter? Aren't you working?
Not today. I'm no hero.
Ah, it's not that tough, is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, here's news of national import. 2 mail planes are reported missing in the worst storm the West has known in years. A blizzard is raging over the Rockies, which has completely disrupted rail and air traffic. All transcontinental passenger planes have been ordered grounded until the weather breaks. Well, that's 30 for this morning. This is Sam Hayes speaking. I'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock. Good day, all.
Ready for breakfast now, Luke.
I was going to have some chow brought down, but I guess we'll have to go and get it. And then, young lady, you're going to have to go home.
Oh, Luke, why can't I stay here?
Can't you be a soldier and stick it out for a little while?
I don't want to.
You don't want to live in a swell house, go to a nice school and be educated and refined?
I don't want to be refined. I want to be like you.
Oh, all right. Let's eat and talk it over. Now, come on, bundle up warm.
Well, children, I want you to know that I'm about to change my will. I'm adopting Shirley, and I'm setting aside a trust fund for her.
What?
Oh, you two have nothing to worry about. So long as you behave yourselves.
Shirley's gone. Oh. Yeah, she didn't sleep in her bed all night because I woke up and looked. She must have run away.
She wouldn't have run away without some reason. Did you have anything to do with this?
Why, of course not, Uncle Ned.
She's gone to that aviator fella. Get police, get detectives, get the army. But go down to that airport and bring her home.
Yes, Uncle Ned.
There better be some action around here now, I'll tell you that.
You see, honey? Man's just learning what the birds knew all the time.
What?
Well, you never saw birds fly in bad weather, did you? They have too much sense for that.
Listen. Am I working for you, or you working for me?
I'm working for you.
Well, then you listen to me. This has got to be in New York tomorrow. It means a lot of money to me. You're going to fly it there.
Not me.
What do you mean, not you?
I mean the weather's too bad. Why, there won't be one ship take off from here today. It's too dangerous.
You don't understand. This has got to be in New York tomorrow. That's all I know.
Well, I'm sorry, but it can't be done. I've got a wife and 2 children, and they mean more to me than this job.
You mean I got to get someone else?
You sure do.
All right, you're through. I'd give $1,000 for this flight. There must be someone around that wants that kind of money.
You won't get anyone to fly today.
Well, that's my word. I'll find somebody.
Oh, my. My leg.
Who's Luke Merrick?
I am.
You fly to New York for me?
Not today.
They told me you were a flyer with plenty of nerve.
Nerve is one thing and being crazy is another. Anybody who takes a ship up today is crazy.
There's $1,000 in it for you.
I could use 1,000, all right. Mister, you got a bet.
This has to be delivered in New York tomorrow morning.
Leave your check in the office with Major Mosley.
I'll do that right now, and I'll meet you in my hangar in 10 minutes.
Right.
You're not really going to fly today, are you, Luke?
I sure am.
Don't be crazy. You'll kill yourself.
Didn't you ever need money so badly you're willing to risk your life for it?
Sure, but on a day...
I know, but I need $1,000, and I need it for a good reason.
No one can fly in this weather.
I fly better in weather like this. Eddie, come here. Take Shirley home, will you? Sure, Luke. So long, baby. Be a nice fella and wait till I get back.
I'll wait right here for you.
Oh, no, you have to go home.
No, I'm never going back there.
Oh, Shirley. I'm making this flight to get money so that I can take you and keep you with me always. But for now, you'll have to go back to the Smythes. Won't you do that for me?
All right, Luke. But hurry back.
You wait in here out of the wind, honey. I'll be right back.
Where is she?
Isn't she here?
She is not.
Well, she ought to be.
Sure, she should be, but she isn't. Are you a detective?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm not. But if I was one, I'd figure out where she is.
Now, Mr. Smythe.
Smith's my name.
Do you know what I think?
I didn't know you could think.
I think that aviator took her with him. He was going on a flight when we got there. Say, that's right.
You say he was going away?
Yes.
Sure, he's got her. He's taking her with him. Call the police. Call my lawyer.
Now, take it easy, Uncle Ned.
Oh, get out.
Dennis, 112.
Hurry, man, hurry.
Have him in a moment, Mr. Smith.
Now, you know he can't get
Hall
away.
speaking. I want to report a kidnapping.
I have spent $10,000.
Uncle,
Anything to get her back safe and sound.
We'll get her back.
Burbank, 00, depth class 0, temperature 50, dew point 50, barometer 29.80, wind west 3. All airports have been asked to notify police if plane MC-13843 lands. The pilot, James Merritt, is suspected of kidnapping Shirley Blake, 5 years old.
Shirley! Come here. How did you get in here?
I got in where the baggage goes. Don't be mad, Lou.
This is the first time in my life I ever felt like spanking you.
Didn't you tell me to send you this ring if I wanted you to come and get me?
That's right.
Well, I was going to send it, but I couldn't get it off. So I brought it myself. See?
You certainly picked a fine time to do it. Now, what's the idea?
I want to be with you, Lou.
All airport officials have been asked to report the arrival of plane NC-13843.
You know, we're really in trouble.
Lou, you're not awful mad at me, are you?
Yes, I'm very mad at you. Well, I guess I won't be very long.
That's right. But be sure and keep me posted if anything happens. Well, there isn't any news.
I blame you two for this. If you hadn't been so selfish, if you'd just been a little kinder, that child would never have left here. Now, you people have everything to make life worthwhile. Youth and health and money. And yet you were too mean and too narrow to share it with a little child who had nothing. But who had more than you'll ever have. Well, if anything happens to her, I'm through with you for good and all.
Oh, it isn't bumpy till you hit your head on the top. Say, reach in my pocket and get a stick of gum. Isn't this great? Yeah. Say, what was that lollipop song? Go ahead and sing it.
On the Lord kept lollipop, it's a sweet tip to a candy.
NC-13843 calling. NC-13843 abandoning ship. Broken gas line. Approximate position. Can you hear me? Smith.
What's the matter, Lou?
Do you love me?
What, Lou?
How much? Oh, you can love me tighter than that? Because we're bailing out. Tight.
And in conclusion, Your Honor, my client feels that he is the best qualified and most fit person to have the custody of this child. He therefore prays that you grant him the right of adoption.
James Merritt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Aren't you represented by counsel?
No, sir.
Well, you've heard all about the advantages Mr. Smith can give Shirley. What have you to offer?
Not very much. I haven't a lot of money and I haven't a fine home. But I love Shirley and I know she loves me. I'd do anything in the world for her.
Come on up here by me, Shirley. Oh, she goes. Well, looks as though you are a very popular young woman. Now, it's my duty to decide who is going to adopt you. But I think you should have something to say about it, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Now, which of these people would you like to live with?
I'd like to live with him. And I'd like to live with him, too. And her, too.
Well, it seems to me that this case can be settled without attorneys. Will all the lawyers in the courtroom please leave? Now, suppose we adjourn to my chambers. One there. Oh, not you, Mr. Merritt. No, you, Mr. and Mrs. Smythe. I just want to talk to Mr. Smith and the young lady.
Mama, do we have to have that old Shirley living with us again?
Darling, please be quiet.
But, Mama, do we?
Oh, Mr. Merritt, I've been making some inquiries, and I'm not so sure. Would you please step in here?
You told Shirley if she was ever in trouble to send you this ring. Well, I want to see if it's really a magic ring, because I'm in trouble. You want Shirley, and I want Shirley. If you think hard for a minute, can't you figure a way out?
I don't get you at all.
Oh, dear. Do I have to propose?
Well, I did the last time.
Oh, Loop.
No. You don't have to propose. Maybe all this happened for a good reason. And this time it'll last forever.
Well, Uncle Ned, who got Shirley?
We did. Come up and see us sometime.
Oh, Papa, now we don't have to be nice to Uncle Ned anymore.